All right, welcome back. Still joined by the parish president of Terrebonne Parish, Mr. Gordon Dove, and we appreciate you taking time. I know you've been going to different places, but let's start to get into the infrastructure now, because I'm sure your phone is blowing up, ours are blowing up, and it's really hard to give people a time limit, but maybe you could give us how much has been done. Let's start with electricity. What's your thoughts on that?
Martin, we've got, right now, there's hundreds and hundreds of line poles in Terrebonne Parish, and soon to be well over 1,000 of them. And they are exactly what we said. They're repairing the telephone post, and when I say telephone post, the power line post. Mm-hmm. And on the west side or the north side of the inner coastal, it wasn't as devastating on post like it was on the east side, especially down the different bayous. Mm-hmm. So they're gonna be working on that quite some time. Our problem is right now our power plant, which is a backup power plant for 14,500 of our customers, has been compromised. The boilers have extensive damage. The roof section on that building some of it had blown away, beams were dropping. We had to evacuate our employees out of there. Of course, we had to shut the power plant down because what we wanted to do is, after it's over with, go there and start lightening up whatever power we had. So the power plant is inoperable. I mean, it's got extensive damage, and I guess if there's a silver lining with that plant's about 60 years old. We'll probably get a lot of federal money to rebuild it. So if there's no really silver lining, I wish I had the plant right now, but right. I think we're gonna be able to do a major overhaul of it, and it needs it. It's an old plant.
Yeah. What about the water? A lot of people are starting to get water pressure. Is all the parish back in water, or are they trickling in?
Yeah, Mike, and I want to give a shout out to Mike Sobear and the Waterworks Board. I mean, I've worked with them before, and they really do a wonderful job, and they did an exceptionally wonderful job. Their plant up in Plant Road in Shreva, the hurricane blew out the doors, and that's where they chlorinate and they add chemicals to the water to make it potable. Mm-hmm. And they worked well through the night, and they had water moving Tuesday, but there's what I understand is a lot of broken mains. So one section of town may have water, like I have water in my house. Mm-hmm. I just noticed here you have water here, mm-hmm. and they've got water at different portions. But if there's a main broken, then they have to fix it. So if you in your subdivision you see water coming up, like in Mulberry, they have a broken main, because my daughter lives out there, and there's a main on I forget what street you go into right here, but it's coming up. So I reported it, and they out there trying to fix it. I mean, it's coming up through the manhole cover and through the the concrete itself, mm-hmm. through a expansion joint, right. So, but the parish has been energized for water, I guess is the word to say. It's just a matter of if you have a broken main in your area. So yes, you will and should be getting water as soon as they keep repairing these mains.
What about the massive amount of trash and tree limbs and all? Is there a plan for that?
Yeah, boy, we signed a contract long before hurricane season, and DRC, according to the federal government, you have to do on procurement. You have to go out for a request for proposal, RFP, and this company DRC was the successful proposal, and they were getting, of course, they were given a job when after the hurricane, and they are massing with hundreds and hundreds of people, and they're going to do the cleanup around the levees, the roads, and what have you. Now remember, all the roads was cleared by the firemen, sheriff's office. Mm-hmm. individuals and, of course, the different fire departments and Clay Naka and his group with solid waste. I mean, the locals mostly clean the roadway off, but if there's a phone post, or I should say a power line post leaning, they don't fool with that,
How
because
about
it's too
cable
dangerous.
TV and things of that nature? That, I'm hearing that could take months.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking for,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, I have cable and I don't have the dish, so, the news I get is mostly over my
Some
phone.
people that have the dish don't have the dishes anymore.
Right,
Dishes
if
are
they
blown
didn't take
away.
it down before the hurricane.
So, and I want to talk a lot more about different things and just what you're hearing and the amount of resources that we have coming in, and also what maybe the state or the feds could do. We're going to take another short break with the parish president. We're going to come back and talk about what kind of cooperation is he getting with the state of Louisiana, what kind of cooperation is he getting with the federal government. There are rumors that President Biden was coming down and flying down, but I'd be shocked if he comes to Lafourche or Terrebonne Parish. He'll be in New Orleans. So we'll take a break. We'll be right back.